Hello, I'm Kim Below, and I'm a stylist instructor and a continuous education provider. And listen, I have some awesome information to share with you today about becoming a CE provider. But before I share that information with you, I'd like you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll know every single time I upload a new video, and go ahead and hit that little bell so you'll be notified every time, okay? So let's get to it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see the step-by-step guide that I've created so that you too can become a CE provider. Okay, so you can see my screen that I'm sharing with you about a continuous education provider step-by-step guide. And here we go. And it says, what is a continuous education provider? A continuous education CE provider is an organization that has submitted training programs to a professional certification for CE credits, review, and approval. And what that means is someone that is certified, has a license that has been approved by the state, whatever state you're in, has received approval from that state, and they are a professional certified person able to teach and give certifications, whether it's a school or an individual, okay? So the overriding consideration in determining whether a specific program qualifies as acceptable continuing education is that it be a formal program of learning which contributes directly to the professional contents of an individual licensed to practice as a master cosmetologist, nail technician, esthetician, or teacher instructed by the state of Georgia. Now we're saying the state of Georgia because that's the state that I'm in. That's the state that I'm practicing my license and my certification is in, okay? So you need to make sure that whatever state you're in, that you're heeding by the rules and regulations that they have set, okay? And which meets the minimum standards of qualified of development and presentation and of measurement and reporting of credit hours set forth in the state or standards of formal continuing education programs published by the Georgia State Board of Cosmetology or such other educational standards as may be established from time to time by the board. Now, all this is saying is that whatever state or standard that you're in, that the program has been published by the Georgia or whatever state you're in, a Board of Cosmetology, okay? Now, we're going to continue. The first thing that you want to do when you decide that you want to do the continuous education program and be a provider is that you need to make sure that you are a licensed cosmetologist or a licensed barber or a licensed esthetician. Either way, you need to make sure that you have your license, that you have been approved by the state with your license, okay? Because that is something that you will need in order to be a continuous education provider. So the first thing that you want to do is download the application. Once you download the application, you want to go through the application slowly. You do not want to rush the process. When I did my application, it took me a month to do it. Not that it can take you that long, because I've created this step-by-step guide to help you along the way. So it does not have to take that long. I took that long because I wanted to make sure I did everything right, everything properly, because the fee that you will have to pay depend on the state that you're in It's non-refundable. Okay, and they do state that on the application. It is non-refundable. So make sure that you take your time, fill out all the information that you need to put in there, because if you just get frustrated and say that you need, if they tell you you need to do several other things on the application and you get frustrated and say you're not going to do it or you're not going to complete it, then it's still non-refundable. You do not get those funds back. So you want to make sure that you take your time and complete the application properly, okay? So once you got the application downloaded and you're filling out all the information, your name and address, your license number, everything that it is asking you for, okay? Double check and make sure that you're filling it out just like with the information that they're asking for. Okay, so now let's go to the next page. The next page says complete an affidavit form. This is a copy of an affidavit. The affidavit has personal information that you want to make sure that you complete. You want to make sure that you complete this affidavit in the presence of someone that is a notary, because you have to sign it and date it, and the notary has to make sure that you are the person that you say you are. So make sure that you fill out the affidavit, and you want to complete it in front of the notary. And another little tip that I'll tell you is to make sure that when you do this affidavit, it's very close to the day that you're going to send in your complete package. You do not want to fill out this affidavit 2 months ahead of time and you do not send it in, because it's only good for, I want to say about 30 days. So you don't want to wait that long. You want to make sure that you fill it out in a timely manner where you can go ahead and get it sent in with your complete application package, okay? Okay, so that's the affidavit. Now the next thing is a sample course outline. Now this is exactly what this is. This is a sample course outline. However, when you fill out the application, it tells you that you need to complete several course outlines. The course outline is what you will be teaching each student, okay? You want to complete an outline of the course that you're going to be teaching. For example, if you are going to be teaching a haircutting class, you need to be a little bit more specific, whether it's a 90 degree, a 40 degree, a 45 degree, or a 0 degree, because you want to be able to be specific about what type of services, because with state board, you gotta be clear. If you are doing a 90-degree haircut, you can do the complete course outline, the description up here where it says description. You can put that this is a 90-degree haircut, and you give the description and you give all your objectives and the information, the grading scale, and so forth. You need to be specific, because you can give a class on a 90-degree haircut, course outline, a complete course outline, and then you can turn around and do a complete course outline on a 45-degree haircut. Then you can turn around and do the same thing with a 0-degree haircut. So those can be several different course outline classes that you can teach, okay? But you have to do an outline separately for each one of those haircuts, okay? So remember, whatever courses that you're going to teach, you have to have a separate outline, just like this sample outline. You have to have a separate course outline for each class, okay? You also need to make sure that you have a grading scale. They want to make sure that you have a way to say that after each class has been taught, the students were able to do an exam with 5 questions or 10 questions, however many questions you have, or they did a multiple choice question, or they did some form of report. You have to have a grading scale or system. Now, this is just an example, but you need to have a grading scale showing how you graded the students on that course, okay? Okay. And then, of course, your course policy, you're expected to be, this is what you tell each student. They're expected to be at every class, if you're teaching that class for 2 days, or if you're teaching it for 1 day, a 5-hour class, if you're teaching it for 1 day, every student needs to be at that class, and you have your policy there to let them know, okay? So this is the sample outline of the things that you will need to make sure that is on your course outline, okay? Okay, and see, I told you right here, create an outline for each course. Okay, so now let's go on to the next. This is the course outline sample list. Once you have created all the courses up here that you've taught or going to teach, then you need to have a list, a complete list of each course. Right here where it says name of course. If you are doing a 90-degree haircut, that's what needs to be right here in this space, 90-degree haircut. Then you over here where it says CE hours, you need to make sure that that CE hours says 5. It is a 5-hour CE hour course, because with every course that you teach, you will need to have a safety and sanitation form clip with that course. Each safety and sanitation sheet needs to be attached with each course that you teach, okay? So let me say that again. The name of the course, for example, would be haircut, 90-degree haircut, and then where it says CE hours, you would put 5, because you're going to do a 3-hour safety and sanitation, which is mandatory, and then you're going to do a 2-hour haircut training class. That's a total CE hours 5, okay? Each one of these courses that you add, each name that you add, it will start out with 3 hours, because that's the safety and sanitation off the cuff, okay? Right out the bat, it's gonna have 3 hours of safety and sanitation with every course. And then the 2 hours, so each one will be a total of 5 hours. And you have to name each one of these courses that you're teaching, okay? Okay, so, and this is the list. This is how it should be. And however many you have, you can have up to 30 courses that you teach. So make sure that whatever courses you put on here, you have a copy of that course outline. It must accompany this list, okay? This sample list, this course outline. Okay, so now we'll move to the next step. Now, right here, it says Genesis Hair Design Sign-In Sheet. Of course, that's the name of my hair salon. So this is a sample of the sign-in sheet that I have. You have to have the name of the school or your business, which mine is Genesis Hair Design, the instructor's name, which was my name, Kim below, the date, you have to have the date on here, and then the address. You want to put the address on there where you will be teaching the classes. Now, on the sign-in sheet, you must have the student's name, the CE hours, the date, time in, time out, and you have to put this on there, this top information. You don't have any students at the present time, so you don't have to put any names or any information here, but you do have to have the student name right at the top, the bar, the CE hours, the date, the time, time in, time out, time served, and the instructor's initial. This is the top bar that needs to be on the sign-in sheet, okay? Okay, this is the sign-in sheet. And I did several lines on here, but it does not have to be this big, this long. You don't have to have this many blocks on the sheet, okay? Okay, so we're going to the next one. Now, you have to have a certificate. This is a sample certificate, and I'm telling you, you have to add a sample certificate, and you do. You have to have a certificate. You don't put the word sample certificate on there. You just create a certificate that you will be providing to each one of the students, okay? And this one says Certificate of Achievement, Georgia Cosmetology, Continuing Education, Licensed Cosmetologist. If they are a barber, you're putting here what you are. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so that's what I put. Certificate of Completion presented to, this is my name, Kim below, has successfully completed the Georgia Master Cosmetology license number. This is the person's license number that has completed this course. This is not your license number. The person that is taking this course is their license number. If I'm the person taking the course, this is my license number, not yours, okay? And then right up under there, you want to say the class title. Health and sanitation is always on the certificates. And then you want to say whatever class they took. If they took 3 classes with you, they took just 1 class, you want to make sure you say health and sanitation, and that this is the class, the 90-degree razor haircut, okay? And then you have to have the CEU, the amount of credits earned. This is the amount of credits that they have. This is a total of 5 credits. If this person took another class on here, it would be a total of, let's see, this would be the 5, and then they took another class, that would be 7, okay? Because they don't have to take the safety and sanitation because they took it with you when they did this, if they did it all in one day, okay? So you have to make sure that you put in the CE hours that they took. And then there is the instructor's license number is here down at the bottom, okay? Then the instructor's name. So your license number and your name, it's very important that you put that. It's very important that you put the amount of hours that they took. It's very important that you put the safety and sanitation and also what class they took, okay? Now, you also need to make sure that the date is on the certificate and what type of person. It was a CE provider. I am a CE provider, Kim Below. This is my logo over here to the right. So I made sure that I have that on all my certificates. So you want to make sure that you have all this information on your certificate that you're going to send in. Now, right here where you see my name, Kim Below, you can just put XXX. It's just a sample. You can put a person's name, but you could just put XXX on there because they know that at this time you are not a CE provider and this is just a example. Okay? Okay. So, a complete list. The following document is required to accompany all CE providers' application. Please number each required form with the corresponding criteria. Please place a check mark beside each to indicate that it is included in the application package, okay? So when you do your application in the beginning, when you first get started, you want to make sure that you are checking off every item that they have asked you to add to the application. Now, right here it says an electronic copy. That's a CD or your jump drive. I would recommend that you do the jump drive and you tape it to the inside of your envelope that you're going to send your package. You make sure that it is in the Word document format also, okay? When you are doing your application online, you've downloaded it and you're completing it online, I would suggest that you make a separate copy. I wrote in pencil on my application and completed it. Got everything laid to the side, got everything completed, and then I went back and I checked off everything. I kept a copy for myself, and then I made a copy of everything for the board of cosmetology. That is what I suggest that you do, so that you will make sure that you have completed and inserted everything that you need, okay? Number two, you make sure that you have the lesson plans of the 2-hour electives, cosmetology, and barber-related courses subject matter to include classes, curriculum with hourly breakdown descriptions with break time allowance. You need to just make sure that was the course outline. Make sure that you have a copy of every course that you're going to teach. List of persons teaching with a summary of the qualifications. Now, I am the person that's teaching my cosmetology continuous education provider class. So my qualifications was that I was a licensed cosmetologist. I am also an instructor. Okay, so you make sure that when you add the qualifications about yourself, you have a small write-up with a picture of you stating with your license that your qualifications to be able to become a certified continuous education provider, okay? The number of CE hours for each course, that is the course outline list that you have, okay? That list. And then forms to be used as written proof of course completion for participants. All the forms must be included. So it's just saying all the forms that they are asking for must be included and written proof. So that means that you have it on the disk or the CD drive, and that you have it on the jump drive. You also have it when it says use as written proof, that you have it in the package. That's where you've printed it out and you have it in your complete package. Okay. So it's telling you here the provider's name and registration number, participant's name and license number, everything that you need right here. Course name and registrations number, dates of completion. That's the outline, the course outline list that you have, okay? Complete outline. And the course location where they will be taken. Remember the form that I showed you, the outline? Where with my address and name and the instructor's name. So you want to make sure you have that. The number of hours that were awarded, okay? Name of the instructor, the unique serial number, the sample sign-in sheet. That's your sample sign-in sheet, okay? And the proposed date and location of each course. That's asking you that address. You're saying that you're going to take you're going to teach that class at a particular location, okay? So it says proposed location, even though you might not teach it at that location every time, okay? And then the course evaluation form. That was the last form, the course part saying that this person completed this course with the certification certificate, okay? That course the evaluation form, not the certificate. The evaluation form is the form where they completed the course by taking a test. They completed the course by answering a couple of true and false questions, however you deem that they completed your course, okay? Okay. And so these 8 items you want to make sure are all completed. You want to check them off and make sure that it is all completed, okay? And then at the end, you want to also add in there where it says meet the instructor. So here's a picture that I put in of myself with some information about myself as a cosmetologist. Says I've been in the cosmetology business since 1995 for over 20 plus years now. I recently went back to school to obtain my instructor license, and now I'm very excited about being a CE provider. This is like a dream come true to be able to share some of the awesome educational techniques I've learned throughout the years. When it comes to color cuts, extensions, twists, locks, etc., my expertise is keeping hair healthy. Now, I added that like that because one of the things with State Board, they want to make sure that you are practicing safe and sanitation and health. Okay, so you want to make sure that they know one of your number one things is keeping the people safe and healthy. You're practicing the things that you're supposed to be practicing, safety and sanitation, okay, and healthy. As a professional, there's a responsibility to our clients to ensure they look and feel good. My services are geared toward natural hair. I provide quality service to a multicultural clientele with a variety of hair types and textures. If you're ever looking for a professional salon with a warm and inviting environment, please visit me at our Smyrna location. Now, I added that because to let them know that I am working in a salon, because I put in the salon that I was working at. I put in that address, that I assist and work with a multicultural clientele, quality, that I provide quality service, okay, to a multicultural clientele, okay? So make sure that you put some information in there. I first started out by letting them know that I was a cosmetologist and I've been in the business for over 20 plus years. So they want to know about your credentials. So make sure that you add your credentials to your form. Okay, so I have shared this continuous education provider application step-by-step guide with you, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. So I hope that you have liked this video and that you continue to grow and move forward. Please like, share, and leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. If you need any other information, I'll see you in the next video where I will continue to share. Thank you and have a God blessed day.